David Wilcock. Who's this guy? Your friend?
Yeah.
But he said something before passing away? Something happened. All the mysteries are around you.
Not around me. It's got nothing to do with me. But yeah, David Wilcock is he's a good friend of mine. And, he appeared in Ancient Aliens many times. Ancient Aliens is a TV program that talks about how aliens came in the ancient past and all that. It's a very big hit in the US.
Okay.
But he appeared on the show many times with me. I appeared on the same shows with him. But what happened was he just committed suicide.
So what was the reason behind suicide?
We don't know. This is my opinion, that we don't know why he passed away, whether he took his own life or whether something else happened to him. We know that he's a UFO researcher. We know that he came with controversial theories. He was in fact giving advice to an aircraft company. And he believed in the UFOs. He believed in many of the so-called conspiracy theories, saying that aliens are controlling, some parts of the earth and so on. So when you were saying that, but David Wilcock may not be accurate in certain things, right? When you say, did David Wilcock say something strange? Did he believe in aliens? Did he believe in UFO? Now, we don't know if David Wilcock was just speaking something that makes no sense, or we don't know if he was working on something futuristic. You see?
Anything can be true.
Anything can be true.
What's your take on it? Because you have worked with him closely, and I see that his final statement was, "I'm amazed I'm still alive." Is this true?
Yeah, he did many things. We could see that David Wilcock was slowly declining.
Okay. By declining, you mean that his health was getting deteriorated?
I would say that. I would say he himself said that he was pre-diabetic. But David Wilcock also says, just before he passed away, David Wilcock also says, no, I would never commit suicide. I would never take my own life. Right? This is what he says. Right? But this gets very tricky, right? So because there was a series of those things that were happening at that time. It was not just David Wilcock. There was one guy called Nick Pope. There was another scientist. I don't remember his name. There was another scientist who also just disappeared. Okay, and he was talking about UFOs. And then Eric von Daniken, the father of ancient astronaut theory, he passed away. So there was a lot of people just passing away one by one. And I think there were 12 scientists missing or dead, who were all working on the UFO related subject in the US.
So one side is that this might all be some conspiracy, or all might be just natural death. But if we just think that this looks a little unusual, that all of these 12 people die at the same time, what would be the potential reason? What could be? What do you think?
I would say that there are several takes to this, several angles to this. Okay. One is that, yes, it could just be a coincidence. Okay. But think about this, right? So let's say, you had a car accident in your street today. You're just going to dismiss this. So if another car accident happens tomorrow, then you start recognizing a pattern. But when you see 12 car accidents in your street for
There's
the next
something.
12 days, then you know that it's not a
Mm.
coincidence,
Right,
right?
right,
So
right.
because that's what kind of confirms that there is a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Now, now we don't know for sure because I'm not a UFO researcher. I don't. That's not my primary field of interest, and I'm not into politics in the US or in India. No, I don't lean left or right or center, and I don't talk bad or good about one like Trump or the Democrats or in India like BJP or Congress. I'm apolitical. I'm not political, but David Wilcock was political. He was leaning on to one side, and then he had multiple angles to it. So when you are political, you're actively involved. Like Trump was getting shot, right? If you're not a political guy, you don't risk those kind of assassination attempts. But once you become political and once you get involved in this conspiracy theories and in this high tech, UAP disclosure, extraterrestrials, you kind of risk your life
Right.
into this.
Right.
What we do know is that David Wilcock did say,
Mm.
no, I will not take my own life. He actually says that, right? And then that's exactly what happens. And the way it happened is very interesting because David Wilcock, according to the police report, David Wilcock himself calls the police. Okay, this is the police report. David Wilcock himself, he's sitting or standing outside his house and he calls the police and says, there's an issue. I mean, not exactly those words. He's like, there's an issue, I'm going to leave or something like that. That's what the police report says. And the police report says by the time they come there, David Wilcock takes his own life by pulling the trigger. Now, David Wilcock is a celebrity actually, but he's very well known in in the circle, UFO ancient astronaut circle. So when David Wilcock passes away, you expect it to come all over the news, right? You would expect that, but nothing. It was almost completely covered up. We could not even verify if David Wilcock had passed away for maybe 36 hours. We were trying to contact him, trying to email him.
Right.
We're trying to scour the news, searching the news online, but nothing for 36, almost a whole day and maybe another half a day, as nothing came out. And very, very slowly that news was, it just, people just said that, oh, David Wilcock committed suicide. That's what happened.